Hi everybody, good evening. Today we are going to have a quick chat with Himani Agarwal, and she is the first woman from Gurgaon to have attempted the full Ironman race in Kalmar, Switzerland, in Sweden, and she successfully completed the Ironman 70.3 last year in Goa. And it will be wonderful to listen to her life story. So here we have Himani Agarwal speaking to you all. Please, Himani.
Thank you very much. So as you know, my name is Himani. I don't belong to Gurgaon. I come from a very small town, Agra, the Taj city. I'm sure you all must have heard about it. It's a famous city. So that's where I was born and brought up, and my education, my life for almost 20 years, 21 years was in that city. So in that city and in my community, in my culture, for girls to do sports or fitness or any kind of especially outdoor extracurricular activities is a big no-no. So I was never encouraged to do any kind of activity. All I could do is study. So yeah, that's what I did. I became an engineer. So by academics, by my education, I'm an engineer. And as a normal girl, I had plans to finish my education and to go out and work. I'm kind of a first generation from my family to study, and somebody who could think of going out of the house and work, because mostly women are not encouraged to study much and to work outside the house. So that's where I decided that I will work, I will educate myself. So I even went to IIT Kharagpur because I wanted to get into a very good premium college and give myself better education so that I can empower myself. From there, I started my corporate life. After my graduation and post-graduation, I started my corporate life with IBM, and then life takes turn. There were some setbacks in my life that hit me hard. I saw the rock bottom and I did not know how to get up, but then you have to survive in life. So then I started building my life slowly again. That took some time, and that shook me up. So I restarted my career. I was probably on an exploration journey. So I was exploring myself because after whatever had happened in my personal life, my all goals, my ambitions, everything was shattered, and I did not know now what next, because I had planned something, as we all do, that I'll do this job, I'll do this certification, I'll move to this position, I'll move to this country. Nothing of that sort was in existence for me at that moment. So then I decided to explore myself. I wanted to know what my potential is. That's where I started learning self-defense and martial arts first, to feel more empowered, because my parents were concerned about my safety. I was living alone in Gurgaon, and it is not considered a very safe city for women especially. So that's where the first thing I did to empower myself, apart from education. Then I was always fascinated with the pictures of bikers in the newspaper. You generally see few brands posting the bike pictures and the people who are riding. So I wanted to try that. So when I got the opportunity, I purchased a bike and started doing biking. I started doing trails, off-roading, and to my surprise, I was doing good. I came as a strong cyclist, and then to push myself more, I did cycling at the elevation of 18,000 feet, Manali to Leh. That was great experience. It was actually very liberating, I would say. So these are the things people ask me, why do I do, or why did I did. I would say there is no clear answer, no particular answer to that. I think one need to experience those experiences, then only you can understand what it gives you. It may not give you something tangible, but I'm sure you will grow a lot with the journey as I have grown. After that, I did some cycling, I did some local races in NCR, and I don't know, there was less competition probably, so I was winning a few of the races. And then what is the next challenge for me? I was deciding that I was contemplating between an MBA, and a lot of my friends in my circle were doing Ironman races in that time. And they used to tell me that it is very difficult to train for an Ironman race. It is mentally and emotionally exhausting. And I always used to think that the kind of mental and emotional pain which I had endured in my personal life was it more, or was or the pain what my friends are explaining about the training is more. So I was kind of confused, and I wanted to compare that pain, and I also was looking for a challenge for myself to push my limit and know my potential. That's where I decided. I was discussing with one of my friend who is also a triathlete, a full Ironman finisher. I was discussing with him, can I do an Ironman? He said, why not? I said, but I do not have any sports background. I do not have as such a fitness background. How will I do it? He said, you just need to train for it. I said, the important thing to do an Ironman is you need to swim, you need to bike, and you need to run. I know running, I know biking, but I am no swimmer. I don't even know how to swim. He said you can always learn, and that's where I decided, okay, if not Ironman, I will add on a new life skill. So I started learning swimming. Then I had in my mind that in 1 or 2 years I want to do an Ironman. So after one season of swimming, I barely could finish 30 meter or 50 meter when I started learning swimming. Very slow swimmer. Then after 2-3 months of swimming, I decided that I will venture on a full Ironman journey. So then I started training by myself for a few months, and then I was figuring out things, because it's a very expensive sport, I would say. As we say, cycling is a new golf. I would say I don't know, Ironman is way beyond golf now, I guess. So then I started training for it. I started figuring out what it takes to do an Ironman. And I would say Ironman, the journey, it's not about the race. It's the journey to that race day is very important, and it is the experience. The race day, anything can happen. It is not the race day you will probably get a medal after you finish, but how it changes you as a person is the most important thing. Every day you have to train hard. You can't miss your training. It is the consistency which matters. So from a no swimmer, I need to learn swimming, I need to practice it. I am a full-time working professional, so I need to manage my job. I need to take care of my food, nutrition, because that is also very important. I need to take proper rest so that I can recover faster and train again next day. So to manage all these things is really overwhelming. I try to do that to best of my abilities, and I trained for 11 months. You meet a lot of accidents in terms of you might have an injury. There could be personal setback also. There could be issue in the office. There could be issue in your friend circle. So there are a lot of problems, and it's all gonna be part of the journey. And you will learn how. I learned a lot. How to respond better, how to keep control of my emotions, how to push my limits mentally. The time when my body is wanting to take rest and is giving up, that's where your mind tells your body, no, you have to train, because if you don't train, you will not be able to finish your race. So it was it was a great journey to train for the full Ironman, and here I am on 18th, I guess 18th August 2018, on the race day in Kalmar, Sweden. At the start of the race, I started swimming. You are supposed to swim for 3.8 kilometers, and then you are supposed to you're supposed to bike for 180 kilometers. After the swim, you finish the swim, you transition in few minutes to the bike. There is no rest in between. Then you finish the bike and you jump for the running, and there is no rest in between. You have to do it in one go. So I did swimming, as it was my first open water swimming, so a new experience for me. I drifted a little bit, I would say a lot, not a little bit. So instead of 3.8, I almost swam for 5 kilometers. So I was exhausted. So that was not a great start for me. But I was happy that I finished swimming, because considering a new swimmer and the first sea swim, I started cycling. I did 180 kilometers of cycling, but when I reached the finish line for the cycling, the referee told me that I have missed the cutoff by 3 minutes for the bike, and I am not allowed to continue with the race. So that was a big disappointment for me. I had trained hard for it, for the race, for 11 months, and of course it was heartbreaking. I was almost in tears. I did not know. I was kind of begging to the referee, please let me go, and even if you don't give me the medal, I just want to finish the race, because I've trained hard. I've invested my time, energy, money, soul, everything in this. But rules are rules. So I had to finish. That was the end of my race that day. But the kind of learnings and the kind of experiences I had during whole 1 year during the preparation of the Ironman, I think those will stay with me forever. No one can take me, and those have helped me to grow as a human being, to become a better person. After this race, I was disappointed with myself also. For a few days, I saw myself as a failure. I questioned myself, why I did this, what better I could have done. But the thing is, the reality is that I did not finish the race. The reasons could be any. I can blame to number of things, but ultimately it was I who did not finish the race. So I needed to learn more. My next goal, people were asking me to do another race, but I had certain other priorities, certain other goals, because Ironman goal was for myself only, not for anyone else. So next year I wanted to prepare for, I wanted to go to a top business school, and so that is again another Ironman. You have to write your GMAT exam, you have to prepare applications, do the school research, appear in the interviews and the assessment. And that will not give me time to prepare for a full Ironman. I contemplated and I discussed with my coach, with a full-time job, how much time I will have. So then I decided that because I want to be in triathlon, I love the sport, I registered for a 70.3 race in Goa for 2019. So that gave me around 9 to 10 months to train, and at the same time I could focus on my studies for the MBA entrance exams. So I discussed with my coach and I asked him to give me the least training plan, so that because I do not have much time to train. So again, next year for me it was more a study year, I would say, than the training. I had already certain experience with the training, so I could better manage my time for the training of 70.3 race. My main target was clearing the GMAT exam with a desired score, so that I can get into the dream college of mine. Yes, I could finish the race in Goa in October. I think it was somewhere on 20th October, I am not sure the date, but yeah, 2019 October was my race, and I successfully finished the race, so I was very happy. And after that, I got the desired score in my GMAT exam. And next few months in 2020, I was preparing for my MBA applications, and I got the call from three top business schools, and I cleared all three schools. I got admit and decided to choose one of the best school of my dreams. So yeah, all goals for I think 2019's have been achieved, and I'm happy. So I think I'll be venturing on the new journey now to study and learn more. So yeah, so I think it is important to keep pushing your limits, and also very important to have certain goals. And more than goals, I think it is important to have right kind of intentions for yourself and for others. So yeah, life is a journey. I'm still learning and will continue to do so.
So Himani, as a key takeaway for the audience, what are those 4 or 5 key takeaway things that you follow or that people should follow to have a journey like yours, those who want to be successful? So what are those habits or behaviors that you display, or that you that you do, that you think is a must to be a woman like yourself?
Sure. So one important thing is get up every time you fall. Very important. You will be knocked down again and again, personally, professionally, in your friend circle, in your relations, everywhere. You will have setbacks, you will have problems, you will feel that you will feel all alone. That is the time where you need to muster your courage and stand up again. Treat every moment, every day as a new. So forget the past. Forget even in the same day what happened in half of your day. Forget that. Past is past. You need to work in the present and prepare for the future. So that is one thing. Resilience is very important. Second thing, perseverance. You need to persevere. The results will not come easy. They will not show just in 1 or 2 days. So you need to persevere. You need to pursue whatever goal, whatever target, whatever you want to do. You need to pursue, because in the beginning it seems I like it. For example, somebody likes to paint and wants to be a painter, but just by the look of it you might feel that you will enjoy it, but when you get into the craft, you might not like it, or there will be challenges. So it's important to persevere to achieve the end result. Third, consistency. For example, as an athlete, if I do not follow what my coach has given me, the training plan, I will not be able to complete my race or get the results I want, because it's not like I can study 1 hour today and compensate on the weekend, or I can sleep 1 hour today and compensate the next day. The training doesn't work like this, and even the learning doesn't work like this. So you need to be consistent. If you have to train as per your training plan 1 hour each day, you have to do that, because body is built that way. Body will have gradual gains, so you need to train every day. And this applies everywhere in your professional life, personal life, or anything you're learning. Next, so we talked about perseverance, we talked about consistency, resilience,
getting up every time you fall, right?
And determination. Very important. Determination. Very important to cut noise from your life. And noise could be anything. It could be as simple as a WhatsApp or a Facebook, or people around you. So always try to identify what is essential for you, what is helping in your growth. That is the only thing you need to focus. In my experience, I have understood there are only very few things which are essential. everything else is noise. And actually there are very few things which are essential. Everything else is noise. So cut all those noises. It could be even people. It could be some of your friends also. And believe you me, if you're training for a sport like Ironman, you will have very less time for your friends, and that's a big complaint you will hear. So I think these are the few things one can practice. If not, not required to be in sport, but professionally, personally, or any craft you are into. So yeah.
Wonderful, great. So what's your present, your purpose? Like, what is it that you want to achieve? What is your tombstone statement?
What I want to achieve is I want to become every day I'm trying to become a better version of myself. So in this life, the best version I can become of myself, that is one thing, and to be useful to others. I think that is my purpose. I want to make myself useful to others in the way I want, because I can do many things, but the way it resonates with my thought process. So yeah, that's I think my purpose.
Good. Thank you, Himani.
Thank
it has
you
been
very
wonderful speaking to you. You are an inspiration for me, and what you've achieved at this age with all the troubles and tribulations I think we all face in life.
Yes.
Fantastic. And I wish you all the success, and I'm sure this is not the last conversation we are having.
Of course not.
So I'll be watching you. So where you grow, and I'm sure you have got all the right trait. So wish you all the best, and may God bless you, and may God bless you for all your wishes come true, and wonderful again. And thanks for this opportunity that we could have this lovely conversation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you.